Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reading a multi-character exterior by me. So let's get into it. Kamado Tanjiro. Tanjiro has been thinking about this for a very long time now. He's been contemplating and researching and doing everything a man could just to make this perfect and flawless, or as flawless as it could be. This is reality, and nothing in the world was perfect, unless you saw it that way. Regardless of all of that, he's been researching a ring that he wanted to buy, and after a lot of saving up and a lot of work, he finally got you the one that you deserve to wear, one that was worthy of being on your finger, and all you had to do was propose to you. You were just getting out of work, and he stopped you outside, blushing, and got on his knees. Then he got out the little red box, looking up at you with all the hope he could. Mayan, I love you. I love you so much. You're more than just anything to me. I love you more than life itself. So, will you marry me? You blushed brightly, tears welling up in your eyes, before you found yourself jumping, getting all giddy. Yes, of course I'm saying yes, you idiot. You took the ring and put it on your finger, hugging him tightly, while your co-workers looked at you, clapping happily. It was the best proposal you could have asked for, and Tanjiro definitely knew what he was doing. Zenitsu was more of a romantic, so he put a lot of work on making the most romantic environment to propose to you. He told you to come over to his place for dinner, and he ordered something nice, your favorite foods and all, and he put the candles on, and the decorations, turning off the lights and getting dressed in a pretty suit. And after he ate what he wanted, he was looking at you. Pure love strong enough to cloud his own vision. Pure walked over to you, kneeling down on his knees, and opening a red box. Mayan, would you marry me? He said, straightforward, because words were escaping him faster than he could even try and make up something. He had planned the whole speech, but he felt like he was being tongue-tied. So he said it all he could get out. He smiled, giggling at him, before you hugged him tightly. Of course, you idiot. I love you so much. Now, aren't you gonna put the ring on? He laughed, and he nodded quickly, putting the ring on your finger, and kissing it, hugging you tightly, and letting out a relieved sigh. Inosuke has not seen a real proposal ever, and he didn't know how it worked, but he knew it was special. And as such, he wanted it to feel like that for you too. So, he made it in a place that only the two of you knew. A place with a lot of sentimental value. And he got you a ring, setting up a pretty picnic place. And then, he proposed to you. His voice a little gruff, but this time, he took the mask off for you. He didn't do it a lot. It made him feel more vulnerable. But he said it, looking up at you with those eyes of his. Those eyes that were devoid of lies and full of love and adoration. Something that told you that you'd be safe with Inosuke no matter what. You couldn't help but nod quickly, throwing yourself in his arms and forgetting about the ring. And he put it down, hugging you close and kissing you all over. And after you two got over the initial happiness, he put the ring on your finger and the two of you enjoyed your day after. And as a treat, you came over to his house with him that night, enjoying yourself to the fullest before you had to tell everyone the news. Not many people knew this, or had the pleasure to, but you did. Giyuu was a romantic, and he didn't show it often, but with you, he would do everything to prove it. Maybe he masked up his own emotions, and maybe he was not affectionate, but there were so many ways he showed love. But today, he was going to be extra because of this proposal. He got an extremely expensive ring, one with a diamond in it, because that was the only thing worth you being in your finger. And after a lot of initial talk with you, he kept your face gently in his hands, leaning forward to press a gentle kiss to your forehead. And then he got out the ring, looking into your own eyes, as he muttered, "Mayan, you taught me how to love, and you taught me how to be myself. You taught me how to live my life to the fullest, and I want to continue the rest of it with you. So, will you marry me?" He rolled up at his little speech. He was so romantic, and you could tell that he meant every word. He nodded happily, crying. "I love you so much, Giyuu. You know I do." He quietly put the ring on your finger, his expression fond and happy as he hugged you close, murmuring quietly, "I love you too, Ayan. I really do." Rengoku. With Rengoku, it was a little bit different, as your family had traditions. There was an heirloom from his mother, and he decided to give it to you. It meant so much to him and his family, and therefore, it was meant for this special occasion. He invited you over for dinner, and his brother had done everything, so it helped him prepare and made sure to go away once Rengoku gave him the signal. After all of that was done, Rengoku looked into your own eyes. "Mayan, could you come closer?" He blushed, laughing a little bit. "What do you want to do? Isn't your dad here?" "It's not like this." "Fine." He walked over to him, and he got out the small box, and you could tell it was important, as it looked pretty old and valuable. He opened it. "This is an heirloom from my mother. It's a little generations old. 5, to be honest. It's special to our family. And we're always meant to hand this to our wives. If my mother was alive right now, she would be the one to give it to you. But it's just me. So," he held it out, holding your hand gently. "Will you marry me, Mayan?" You nodded quietly, letting him put it on, before you cupped his face in your hands, kissing him softly. "I love you so much, Rengoku. I'm so glad you gave me this. It must mean so much to you. And the fact that you did this to me, it means the world. It really does." He smiled, and he was so happy that he thought it was a suitable ring. "I'm glad you think so, Ayan. You're all I've ever wanted in this world." "You too, Rengoku. I mean that."